Hi everyone, I'm Malia from Fairview Communications, and today I am here with Tolstoy, a Fairview Home Care and Hospice Pet Therapy volunteer. We will be talking about different types of Fairview volunteers today, so if you have any questions, please feel free to comment your questions below, and we will do our best to answer them at the end. So we want to talk about the difference that all these volunteers make at many of our hospitals, and little Tolstoy here is so generous to stop in and say hi to different residents at Fairview locations all over Minnesota. Say hi to everyone, Tolstoy. Can you shake? Nope. Oh, so cute. Now we'll go talk with Janelle, a volunteer specialist at Fairview Home Care and Hospice. Hi, Janelle.
Hi, Malia.
So can you tell me what Fairview volunteers bring to Fairview Home Care and Hospice?
Definitely. Fairview Hospice volunteers bring life to our hospice patients. They really provide an arm of support to our team and their patients and the patients and families, so they can really get some caregiver relief. There's companionship that our volunteers offer. There's just so many ways in which our volunteers give to our program, and especially to our patients and their families at this really big transition in their lives and a very intimate and difficult time for people.
And how can others get involved and learn more about volunteer opportunities?
That is so easy to do. We're going to provide a link for you on this broadcast, and so just feel free to click on the link. Just go to Fairview Hospice, fairview.org hospice volunteer.
And now we're going to go see our friend Tolstoy again. So this is Diane, Tolstoy's owner and fellow Fairview Home Care and Hospice volunteer. Hi, Diane.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
Good. So can Tolstoy show us some of his tricks?
I think so. Tolstoy, would you like to sit? Okay. You already shook, but how about a kiss? See, that is just an air kiss because he's Lutheran. He also is learning how to entertain, so he plays some piano. Come on, Tolstoy. Go down. Okay, play piano. Keep playing. Okay, Tolstoy, if you get another treat, will you play the piano some more? Okay. Okay, there's your treat. Good job. Up. Would you like to take a bow? Go ahead, take a bow. Oh, good boy. Yes.
And how did you start volunteering with Fairview Home Care and Hospice?
Well, my dad was in hospice, and we signed up for a pet volunteer, and there were none available.
Oh.
That was 7 years ago, and I decided that when I retired, this is something I was going to do. And it was a little difficult because the only dogs we had at home were huskies, and they're not typical therapy dogs, but we prevailed. And my only regret is that I waited until I retired to do it. I should have done it earlier.
That's awesome. And what's your favorite part about volunteering at Fairview Home Care and Hospice?
I would call it triple joy.
Oh.
And that is the joy the patients get from seeing the dog, the joy that the dog gets from visiting and getting treats, and then there's the joy that I get from their reaction and from knowing that I'm following God's commandment to love one another, the most important commandment.
That's awesome. And do you have advice for others who are considering Fairview Home Care and Hospice volunteering?
Don't wait till you retire, and don't wait till you have a dog. You can volunteer in a lot of different ways and even kind of be encouraged about what you might do if you brought a dog to Fairview. It's a very flexible and rewarding.
That's awesome. And now we're going to actually see one of the hospice residents. And so can you tell me a little bit about the resident that we're going to go see?
His name is
Come on,
Glenn,
Tolstoy.
and he's 85 years old.
Okay.
He has lived in Florida for a while, but he's been in Minnesota for several years now. And he used to have a Boston Bull Terrier, and he was an engineer. So he likes playing games, and he's going to play some games with Tolstoy.
Awesome.
And I do have to say one thing about this. This is Tolstoy's 301st hospice visit.
Wow.
So it's a big
That's awesome.
moment for us.
Hi, Glenn.
Hi, Glenn. How are you?
This is Glenn, a resident of Fairview Home Care and
Tolstoy's here to
Hospice,
see you.
and he
Would you
loves
like
seeing
to know if you
Tolstoy.
have any treats for him? Come on. He's got a treat for you. Hey. Here he goes.
Perfect.
Good job. Oh, good job.
So good.
And Glenn, are you teaching him something with those signs, or should we maybe play a game that's
Do you
more
want to play a
engineering?
game? You look like you're happy with Tolstoy. Do you look forward to him visiting you?
Oh, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. And why do you look forward to his visits?
I don't get very many visitors.
Well, at least you have a nice one today. Do you want to play this game with Tolstoy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
Tolstoy, we have a barrier up here on the couch. Can you come up on the couch? Come on. Good boy. All right. Glenn's going to hand you this game. Glenn, can you see?
Mm-hmm.
And this is a very engineering-oriented game that you've been waiting to play. You have to take all the little pegs out. Our record time is 1 minute on this game, so we don't have to.
And Diane, how do you feel you've made a difference by volunteering with Fairview?
Well, I think that patients really appreciate seeing a furry fuzzy, and we know that when you pet an animal, it does help your blood pressure go down and increase your health. And Tolstoy has a 40% graduation rate.
Wow.
So 40% of the patients that he visits end up graduating out of hospice and getting better. And in addition to that, he's also had a great time with families and has been invited to attend funerals.
Wow.
Where he sings, and he's the only one that knows all the words to all the hymns.
Wow.
Right, Tolstoy? He's not going to sing now, is he?
And Glenn, how do you feel when Tolstoy's with you?
Oh, feel good.
Good. You're happy?
Are you helping him figure this out?
Yeah. And I hear that you're also teaching him some tricks.
I'm trying to.
It looks like
Right
he's
now,
pretty
he's
good.
busy.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Glenn and Diane. And now we're going to go speak with Beth, another Fairview Home Care and Hospice volunteer. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
So now we'll go this way. So Beth is actually right outside in the hallway. Hi, Beth.
Hi.
So what type of volunteering activities do you do?
Well, mostly I just visit with the residents. They're all in nursing care right now or assisted living. So we go, we visit for about 30 minutes, sometimes up to an hour. Most of my residents that I see are not verbal, so we've learned to communicate a lot through touch, hand massage, and other ways to communicate.
That's awesome. And what's been your favorite part so far?
My favorite part is just getting to know the residents, getting to know their life stories, to remind myself these are real people that have had real lives. I've learned from every one of them. I've learned so much already.
That is awesome. And how did you learn about Fairview Home Care and Hospice volunteering?
Well, my parents, my father in 2009 was a hospice patient with a different facility. We lived in a different community, so he was in a hospice house. And then in 2014, my mom was a resident of Ebenezer Care Center, and we used Fairview Hospice at the end of her life, and they were such a blessing. And unfortunately, just 4 months later in January, my sister needed hospice care at the end of her journey of cancer, and we again then called Fairview Hospice, and she was in our home. So we had the experience of all three: a home, a care facility, and in our home. And we couldn't have done it without hospice, without Fairview Hospice especially.
Wow. And why would you recommend volunteering?
I would recommend volunteering because the what you get out of it is way beyond what you give. If you're looking for flexible, it's extremely flexible. You can work it around your own schedule, but these residents are such a blessing in my life. Again, even if they're not verbal, I learn from them. It has stretched me more than what I've ever imagined.
Wow. Well, that is amazing. Thank you so much,
You're
Beth.
welcome. Thank you.
So now another volunteer, Rita, is actually going to answer some of our questions as well and tell all of us her Fairview volunteering journey. So here's Rita. Hi, Rita.
Hi.
So thank you so much for joining us today. And how long have you volunteered with Fairview Home Care and Hospice?
I think about 15 years, give or take a year or two.
That's awesome. And can you tell me a little bit about the Do Re Mi program?
Well, I didn't know it was a program, but I am a pianist and a singer, and so I go into a home maybe that has a piano or a care center that has a piano, and find that first, and then I go meet my patient, and then I say, how about let's go to the piano, because with memory care, sometimes there isn't any conversation. And so this is a wonderful way because people in memory care know every word to every song.
Wow.
And so I sit down, I put them by me, and all of a sudden we have a choir.
Wow.
All of a sudden, everybody's there, and we're all singing. We're singing, "You are my sunshine," things like that. And we just have a great time.
That's great.
Yeah.
And how do you know that you've made a difference?
Smiles, family that says how much they like it.
Oh.
And there's so many ways I feel good.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many ways that people show me that they like singing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Well, thank you so much. And to help answer some more questions, we're also going to talk to Janelle about some volunteering details. So thank you for joining us again, Janelle.
Thank you.
And thank you, Rita. So is there a required time commitment for hospice volunteering?
We do have a requirement. We ask that our volunteers, after all of their training, support our Fairview patients and families for 50 hours within a year's time. So if you divide that out over a year, that's not a huge commitment, and it's really flexible and it fits into your schedule and the patient's schedule really nicely.
That's great. And do you have a minimum age for volunteers?
We do have a minimum age. We like our volunteers need to be 18 years of age in order to start volunteering. We have a lot of students that are going into the medical profession that really gain a lot of great and valuable experience by becoming a hospice volunteer.
Awesome. So we've heard about pet therapy, we've heard about the Do-Re-Mi program and direct support volunteers, but I've also heard that there's a veterans volunteering program. So can you tell me more about that?
I would love to. We have a wonderful We Honor Vets program. It's an initiative that was started between the Department of Veteran Affairs and the National Hospice and Palliative Care Organization to really help support our military veterans at end of life. They go through a little bit of a different journey than people that have not been in the military. And so as a part of that program, what we do is we have vet-to-vet visitors. And so we're just really in need of veterans that would like to go and visit with their veteran brother or sister at end of life and really provide that peace to them, that camaraderie and that brotherhood, sisterhood. And also through that program, we have another wonderful component. It's a pinning ceremony where we publicly acknowledge our veterans and their families for their service and sacrifice to our country. And it's just so symbolic and so beautiful. We've had countless ceremonies that have really made an impact on families, especially at end of life.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Well, Rita, for the last part of our Facebook Live, can you sing us part of a song that patients really like to end?
I can.
Perfect.
Come on over. Oh,
Come
okay.
join us.
Okay.
And we'll also see Tolstoy again and
Well,
Diane
okay.
and Beth.
I'll give you a medley. Roll out the barrel. We'll have a barrel of fun. My wild Irish rose, the sweetest flower that grows. And for the Northeast people, roll out the barrel. We got a barrel of fun. Roll out the barrel. We've got the blues on the run. And
Awesome.
swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. A band of angels coming after me, coming for to carry me home.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, I think that's all we have. If you'd like more information, please click the link that's attached to this Facebook Live. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment and we'll do our best to answer them. Thank you so much.